She dated Redd Foxx in secret. Now we know the reason why Nancy Culp was born. Nancy Jane Culp on August 28, 1921 in Harrisburg, Pennsylvania, was an American actress whose distinctive voice, towering presence, and remarkable comedic timing made her a beloved character actress in television's golden age. Though best known for her unforgettable portrayal of Miss Jane Hathaway on the Beverly Hillbillies, her life and career encompassed far more than one iconic role. From her early days as a student and wartime servicewoman to her work in Hollywood and her later foray into politics and education, Nancy Culp left a legacy that reflects her intelligence, courage, and early life determination. Nancy Jane Culp was raised in the small town of Mifflintown, Pennsylvania, before moving to Miami-Dade County, Florida, during her adolescence. A bright and driven student, she went on to attend Florida State College for Women, now Florida State University, where she earned a bachelor's degree in journalism. Culp was known for her sharp intellect and early ambition, traits that would remain constant throughout her life. Her academic curiosity led her to continue her studies at University of Miami, where she obtained a master's degree in English and French. Culp's love for language and writing initially pointed her toward a career in journalism. Before acting, she worked as a writer for a Miami newspaper and later in the publicity department at MGM Studios, experiences that exposed her to the inner workings of the entertainment industry. These behind-the-scenes jobs provided valuable insight, and eventually they helped fuel her desire to appear on the other side of the camera. Her life took a dramatic turn during World War II, when Culp put her budding media career on hold to serve her country. In 1944, she joined the United States Naval Reserve, demonstrating both patriotism and bravery. She served with distinction and attained a rank of lieutenant junior grade. This military chapter of her life helped mold her strong sense of discipline and leadership, as well as a lifetime commitment to public service and civic duty. Few actresses of her era could claim such first-hand experience in military service, and Culp wore her uniform with as much pride as any role she later played on television. Nancy Culp transitioned to acting in the early 1950s. Her quirky charm, towering frame, and distinctive voice quickly caught the attention of casting directors who were in search of unique character actors. She appeared in supporting roles in films such as The Model and The Marriage Broker 1951, Shane 1953, and A Star is Born 1954. Typically cast as spinsters, secretaries, or eccentric townsfolk. These roles may have been small, but Culp made each one memorable with her nuanced performances. Her big break came when she was cast as Miss Jane Hathaway, the efficient and primary to banker Milbour Dale on the CBS sitcom The Beverly Hillbillies, 1962 to 1971. Culp's portrayal of Miss Hathaway was masterful. She played the part with a blend of uptight professionalism and subtle romantic longing, especially in her unspoken crush on the clueless Jethro Bowden. Played by Max Baird Jr., her deadpan reactions, physical comedy, and dignified demeanor made her a fan favorite and earned her an Emmy Award nomination in 1967 for Outstanding Supporting Actress in a Comedy Series. Her performance helped cement the show's success and gave Culp a permanent place in American pop culture history. Beyond the Beverly Hillbillies, she appeared in dozens of television series throughout the 1950s to 1980s, including Perry Mason, The Bob Cummings Show, Sanford & Son, The Love Boat, and Murphy Brown. Her versatility allowed her to tackle both comedic and dramatic roles with equal skill. She also lent her voice to several animated television shows, showcasing her broad range and unique delivery. After her time in the entertainment industry, Culp entered a new phase of life marked by public service and education. In the early 1980s, she ran for Congress in Pennsylvania's 9th District as a Democrat, advocating for social justice, environmental protection, and improved education. Though she ultimately lost the election partly due to strong Republican opposition and a controversial lack of support from her former co-star Buddy Essen, her candidacy exemplified her courage and unwavering principles. Following her political bid, Marriage Culp returned to academia. She taught acting and drama at Juniata College in Pennsylvania, sharing her experience and love of the performing arts with young aspiring actors. Her students admired her for her honesty, intellect, and humility. In the classroom, just as on set, Culp was known for her meticulous attention to detail and her passion for storytelling. Nancy Culp married Charles Malcolm Dacis on April 1, 1951 in Dade County, Florida, during the early years of her transition into the entertainment industry. Their marriage, while relatively private, lasted for a decade before ending in divorce in 1961. Although little is publicly known about the nature of their relationship or the reasons for their separation, Culp rarely discussed her marriage in interviews, choosing instead to focus on her professional accomplishments. The timing of their divorce coincided with the rising arc of her television career, especially as she gained recognition for her role as Miss Jane Hathaway on the Beverly Hillbillies, which debuted the 1960s following year, in 1962. The dissolution of the marriage marked a turning point in her personal life, after which Culp remained single, devoting much of her time to her work and later to public service and charity. Following her eventual retirement from acting in the late 1980s, Culp transitioned into a quieter, more introspective phase of her life. She, a quieter life, first moved to a rural farm in Connecticut, seeking tranquility away from the spotlight that had once defined her career. Life on the farm offered her an opportunity to reconnect with nature and enjoy a slower pace that contrasted sharply with the hustle of Hollywood. During this period, Culp also taught acting and drama, sharing her wealth of experience with aspiring performers. Her students often described her as warm, insightful, and deeply committed to the craft of performance, finding inspiration in her unique career trajectory and unyielding authenticity. Palm Springs later, Culp relocated to Palm Springs, California, a city known not only for its scenic desert landscapes and celebrity residents, but also for its strong sense of community and commitment to charitable causes. In Palm Springs, Culp immersed herself in philanthropic work, dedicating her time and energy to several local organizations. One of her primary affiliations was with the Humane Society of the Desert, reflecting her lifelong love for animals. She actively supported initiatives aimed at rescuing and rehabilitating abused or abandoned animals and often advocated for responsible pet ownership. Culp was also a member of the Desert Theater League, through which she remained connected to the performing arts community. Her involvement included attending performances, mentoring young actors, and occasionally participating in local stage productions. This allowed her to continue fostering her passion for acting even after stepping away from the screen. Her presence in the local theater scene was celebrated, and she was admired for her humility and willingness to give back to the artistic community that had once propelled her to national giving back fame. Additionally, she contributed her efforts to United Cerebral Palsy, a nonprofit organization that supports individuals with cerebral palsy and other developmental disabilities. Her work with UCP included fundraising, public awareness campaigns, and hands-on support at events. Culp's commitment to this cause underscored her compassion and desire to make a tangible difference in the lives of others, particularly those facing physical challenges. In her later years, Nancy Culp's legacy expanded beyond her television roles as she became known in Palm Springs and beyond as a compassionate, civically engaged individual. Whether it was caring for animals, encouraging budding actors, or championing the rights of people with disabilities, Culp's post-Hollywood life was marked by purpose, service, and an enduring generosity of spirit. For decades, fans of classic television might never have imagined a connection between two beloved but wildly different stars. Nancy Culp, the refined and witty actress best known for her portrayal of the prim and proper Miss Jane Hathaway on the Beverly Hillbillies, and Redd Foxx, Nancy and Red the Brash, street smart comedian who rose to fame as the quick tonged Fred Sanford on Sanford and Sunday. But behind the scenes of Hollywood's golden era, the two shared a bond that was not only unexpected, but deeply compelling and for many years kept secret from the public eye. Nancy Culp and Redd Foxx moved in very different professional circles. Culp, with her sharp intellect, dignified presence, and background in journalism and the military, had a reputation as a private, serious-minded woman. She held a degree in journalism from Florida State University and had served in the U.S. Navy during World War II as a member of the Women's Reserve. Her path to acting came almost by accident when her articulate voice and commanding presence earned her small roles in the early 1950s. She was soon cast as the quirky, spinsterish intellectual in a string of character roles, most famously as Jane Hathaway, the buttoned-up secretary in the Beverly Hillbillies from 1962 to 1971. The Chitlin Circuit Redd Foxx, on the other hand, was a powerhouse of raw comedy, steeped in a world of raunchy stand-up and nightclub routines long before network television sanitized his persona. Known as the king of the party records, Foxx built his early career in the black entertainment circuit known as the Chitlin Circuit, crafting a persona that was irreverent, fast-talking, and full of comedic edge. When he transitioned to television, he brought that same energy to Sanford and Son, which aired in the 1970s and made him a household name. His style, swagger, and unapologetic bluntness set him apart from the reserved, measured tone of someone like Nancy Culp. So, how did two such different people come together? According to insiders who later revealed long-guarded details, their relationship blossomed during a period when both stars were navigating the complex undercurrents of fame, personal identity, and the ever-watchful eye of the press. They reportedly met at a charity event in Los Angeles in the late 1960s, a time when both actors were at the height of their television fame. Though their public personas couldn't have been more different, they connected on a deeper, more intellectual level. Both were known to be voracious readers, passionate about civil rights, and unafraid to challenge societal expectations in their private lives. It's believed that the reason their relationship remained a secret for so long was due to the intense scrutiny of the era. Not only were they an interracial couple during a time when such relationships were often met with backlash, but both were fiercely private individuals. Culp, who never publicly came out as gay or bisexual, was known for deflecting questions about her personal life. Foxx, meanwhile, had his own reasons for keeping his romantic entanglements under wraps, as he was already navigating a turbulent public image shaped by multiple marriages and personal struggles. There's also speculation that the relationship was more than just romantic. It was a true meeting of minds. Culp admired Foxx's fearless approach to comedy and social commentary, while Foxx was reportedly drawn to her intellect, dry wit, and sense of humor. Their chemistry, while never showcased on screen, was apparent to those who saw them together at private gatherings and parties, where they would engage in long conversations, often laughing and debating into the early hours. Ultimately, their relationship may have been fleeting or simply one chapter in the long and layered lives they both led. But as more stories have surfaced in the years since their deaths, Culp passed away in 1991, Foxx in 1991 as well, the picture of their bond has become clearer. What they shared was not just a secret romance, but a mutual respect and quiet companionship that defied expectations and social barriers. Their story is a what they shared poignant reminder that even in the glitz and spectacle of Hollywood, some of the most meaningful relationships happen far from the spotlight, rooted in friendship, understanding, and a willingness to see beyond the roles others assign us. In the end, the real reason their relationship stayed hidden for so long may not have been scandal, but simply the desire to protect something rare and genuine in a world that so often seeks to define people by appearances tobacco use alone. Nancy Culp, best known for her portrayal of the prim and proper Miss Jane Hathaway on the hit television series The Beverly Hillbillies, faced serious health challenges later in her life. A longtime cigarette smoker, Culp's habit likely contributed to the development of the illness that would eventually take her life. Like many of her generation, she began smoking at a time when the health risks associated with tobacco use were not yet widely acknowledged, and cigarettes were commonly portrayed as fashionable and even sophisticated. Unfortunately, decades of tobacco use would have lasting consequences. Cancer diagnosis in 1990. Culp was diagnosed with cancer, a revelation that marked the beginning of a difficult and painful final chapter in her life. Although the specific type of cancer was not publicly disclosed, she bravely underwent chemotherapy in an attempt to combat the disease.